Hello. Pause and reflect for a second. Right now, as this message reaches you, there's one person who has been present through every single chapter of your life. That individual has observed your greatest triumphs and your most painful defeats. They've carried your fears and held your dreams. That person is you. We live in a society that makes it all too simple to lose sight of what truly counts. You. From the instant you wake up, the world begins to pull on your time, focus, strength, and emotions. That non-stop expectation to fulfill every demand quietly pulls you further and further away from the most meaningful connection you will ever have, the bond you hold with yourself. The ancient Stoic philosophers taught that loving oneself isn't self-centered. It's a discipline of the highest order. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul takes on the color of your thoughts." When your thoughts toward yourself are gentle and compassionate, you become stronger. When they're cruel and punishing, you begin to wither. In the whirlwind of the modern world, loving yourself is no longer a luxury. It's a critical tool for navigating life. Self-love means becoming your own safe haven. It means standing by yourself, especially when the world overlooks your value. It's about building a life where you're no longer chasing outside approval, but grounded in your own truth. The truth is both simple and profound. If you neglect your own love, everything else starts to crumble. Your relationships become draining rather than nourishing. Your belief in yourself fades with each disapproving word. Your inner light dims from constantly begging for recognition from those who wouldn't even notice if you disappeared. But true self-love, rooted in Stoic resilience, reshapes you quietly from within. It lays down a rock-solid inner foundation. It teaches you to stand unwavering, despite others' opinions, because you've anchored yourself in authentic self-worth. It helps you release the venom of comparison, allowing you to honor your own sacred journey. This message is for the soul weary from invisibility, for the heart that feels like it's too much or not enough. I'm here to whisper a truth you may have forgotten. You need to love yourself more than anyone ever has. Not from pride, but from wisdom and inner responsibility. Because when you deeply honor yourself, you become unstoppable, steady, and truly peaceful. In the upcoming chapters, I will guide you through 7 deeply impactful and Stoic-based practices that will help you fully reconnect with yourself. Each one is crafted to help you rebuild your sense of value in a real and practical way. Pay close attention. Within these paragraphs may lie the spark your spirit has been quietly craving. As you learn to deeply love yourself, you'll stop tolerating behavior that diminishes your worth. You'll no longer remain in draining bonds. You'll stop running after those who fail to see your light. Instead, you'll become a magnet for genuine love, respect, and aligned opportunities, because your energy will radiate certainty, born from authentic acceptance. Before we start this powerful transformation, I ask you to make a promise to yourself. Don't skip ahead or skim through. Every piece might heal a part of you that's been quietly hurting. Come into this with openness and readiness to dismantle the patterns that have limited you. Remember this intention as we begin. I choose to put myself first. Lesson 1. Stop pleasing others. Start pleasing you. If you're always concerned with how others view you, you're their prisoner. Lousy. Trying to please everyone may seem innocent at first glance. After all, what's wrong with bringing happiness to others? It appears to be kindness. It looks like being considerate. It seems like doing the right thing. But without warning, and often unnoticed, people-pleasing morphs into a quiet betrayal of yourself. You begin saying yes when your heart cries out for a no. You keep showing up for others while you abandon your own needs. You wear a bright smile while falling apart inside. Piece by piece, moment by moment, you lose contact with your real self. Epictetus once remarked, "If improvement is your goal, be prepared to be misunderstood." In essence, you must prioritize your own truth over mass approval, because when you grip too tightly to the world's opinion of you, your own voice gets drowned out. You spend so much energy managing everyone else's emotions and expectations that you neglect your own inner landscape. Loving yourself more than anyone else means realizing that your mental well-being carries equal weight. It's acknowledging that trying to satisfy everyone is not only a lost cause, it drains your spirit and wears down your dignity. Think about the emotional fatigue that sets in when you constantly bend to be agreeable, sweet, and empathetic, especially when your soul is aching. That heavy, breathless sensation. That's what happens when you forget your own limits, wants, and truth are just as important as anyone else's. The difficult truth about people-pleasing is that it's typically fueled by fear, not compassion. Fear of being rejected, fear of disappointing others, fear of conflict, fear of being left behind. But the Stoics knew this. When you let fear steer your choices, you hand over your power. You end up performing a version of yourself for others, while forgetting the rhythm of your own spirit. It's time to stop running from the discomfort of disappointing others. It's okay if someone doesn't agree with your decisions. It's acceptable if they don't understand your limits. Their temporary dissatisfaction is a small cost for your long-term freedom and honest self-expression. Those who truly love and respect you will support your boundaries and space. Those who manipulate or lash out when you say no were never meant to occupy your inner circle. This doesn't mean becoming self-absorbed or harsh. It means learning how to balance compassion for others with care for yourself. It means recognizing that you can be generous and empathetic while still protecting your energy. You can uplift others without losing yourself. To begin this shift, start saying no without apologizing, over-explaining, or second-guessing yourself. Practice voicing your real thoughts, even if they diverge from the crowd. Start prioritizing your own comfort and peace, even if it's inconvenient to others. Yes, it will feel foreign, perhaps even selfish, but don't forget this truth. Protecting your own well-being is not selfish, it's self-respect. Each time you honor your own boundaries over others' opinions, you send a signal to your soul. I matter. My needs count. My voice deserves to be heard, and in time, that internal weight will lift. Your breath will return. You will feel rooted in your own presence once again, because you'll know you're safe in your own hands, even when the world doesn't agree. Let go of the belief that love must always involve sacrificing yourself. Real love includes self-love. The more you affirm your value, the more powerful and radiant you become. And as you stand in that genuine light, people feel your strength without you ever asking for it. Trying to earn everyone's approval is a rigged game. But living in truth with your soul, that's how you win. Write it, live it, become it. I will no longer abandon myself for anyone else. Lesson 2. Honor your body as a sacred space. No man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the strength and beauty of which his body is capable. Socrates. Your body is far more than skin, bone, and muscle. It's the sacred dwelling place of your spirit, the vessel that carries your existence every single day. You can't fully love yourself while treating your physical form as if it's disposable, unworthy, or temporary. Stoic teachings remind us that self-worth grows strongest when it's rooted in respect for both mind and body. And there's no more powerful expression of respect than consciously, intentionally caring for the body you live in. In today's rushed and demanding culture, our bodies are often treated like machines, pushed past limits, fed garbage, deprived of sleep, overloaded with stress, and then blamed when we break down. But your body isn't meant to survive on burnout and neglect. It's designed to thrive with nourishment, movement, stillness, and gentleness. When you love yourself more than anyone else, you stop abusing your body to meet impossible standards or to match society's chaotic pace. Instead, you begin to protect it as your most treasured resource, because it truly is. Without your health, everything else loses meaning. Without vitality, dreams fade. Without strength, your ability to care for yourself and others crumbles. Without energy, even the simplest joys feel out of reach. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "What hurts the hive harms the bee." When you hurt your body through poor habits, toxic fuel, or stress, you wound your entire life. Your mood shifts, your confidence erodes, and your inner light dims. But when you consciously care for your body through movement, rest, clean nourishment, fresh air, and self-care, something magical starts to shift. You begin to feel proud of yourself, not for how you look, but for how you treat yourself. You start walking with confidence that feels earned. You begin believing you deserve the good things life offers, because you're treating yourself like someone who truly matters. Honoring your body like a temple has nothing to do with chasing perfection or living up to fake beauty ideals. It's not about obsessing over appearance or comparing yourself to others. It's about foundational respect. When you feed your body with real, wholesome food, you say, "I value myself." When you move your body, not out of punishment but celebration, you say, "I am grateful to be alive." When you make time for rest, you whisper to your soul, "You're safe here. I've got you." Start this journey with small but powerful shifts. Choose food that energizes you instead of numbing your emotions. Move your body each day, not to punish, but to honor its strength and flexibility. Guard your sleep like the essential healing practice that it is. And detox, not just from junk food, but from toxic environments, stress, and mental clutter. These small daily habits, drinking clean water, walking instead of scrolling, sleeping early, eating nourishing meals, carry massive power. Each decision tells your mind, "I am worth caring for. I am deserving of love. I am enough." That kind of internal message reshapes everything, from how you speak to others to how you approach challenges, dream, and set boundaries. When you treat your body with the respect it deserves, you stop chasing approval. You no longer need to prove anything. You radiate self-worth from the inside out. That isn't arrogance. That's self-love built on routine, honor, and wisdom. Let this truth sink in deeply. Success, love, wealth, and happiness mean nothing if your body is falling apart from neglect. Health is the bedrock. It's the foundation from which everything else is built. So today, make a bold decision. Love yourself through your actions. Protect your body, nourish it, move it, rest it, and watch how your life begins to transform in the most beautiful, unexpected ways. Lesson 3. End the comparison trap. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you. Laozi. Comparison might just be the most invisible thief of joy we'll ever encounter. You can wake up feeling calm and in sync with your life. And then, just one glance at a phone screen or a casual comment in conversation, suddenly, everything about your own life feels lacking. You wonder, why am I not there yet? What am I doing wrong? What's broken in me? But Stoic philosophy holds a powerful answer. Comparison blinds you to the sacred uniqueness of your own journey. Seneca said it plainly, "It is not the man who has too little but the one who wants more, who is truly poor. Constantly comparing yourself to others creates an endless hunger, a craving for lives that aren't yours while disregarding what you already have. You abandon your timing, your lessons, your milestones, and begin running a race that was never meant for you. Without realizing it, your self-worth starts shrinking. Your confidence begins to dissolve. Loving yourself more than anyone else means putting a stop to comparison before it consumes your joy, your identity, and your peace. It won't be easy, but it's one of the most liberating practices you'll ever learn. Every time you measure yourself against someone else, you weigh yourself down with invisible burdens: shame, jealousy, resentment, doubt. You fall into the trap of comparing someone else's highlight reel, the curated moments they choose to share, with your raw, unfiltered reality. But here's the truth. Their story was never meant to match yours. Your experiences, your pain, your healing, your timeline, they're perfectly tailored to create the version of you the world needs. When you fixate on their life, you miss your own evolution. You skip over your wins. You overlook your growth. You forget to admire how far you've already come. To leave this toxic cycle behind, you must practice conscious redirection. The moment you feel the sting of comparison, pause and redirect your focus to gratitude. Ask not, why them and not me? But why not me in the timing that's right for me? Replace envy with inspiration. Instead of shrinking in the shadow of someone else's success, use it as evidence that greatness is possible for you too. Now get clear on what success means for you. Not everyone wants the same kind of life. Some people crave fame. Others desire privacy. Some aim for wealth. Others seek simplicity. Some want constant adventure. Others want deep peace. So why measure your life using someone else's ruler? Define what fulfillment looks like for you, then stay rooted in that truth. When you dedicate yourself to your own mission, comparison naturally fades. You become too focused on building your future to worry about someone else's pace. Take real steps. Spend less time scrolling and more time creating. Unfollow or mute anything that leaves you feeling less than. Track your personal growth. Journal your progress. Celebrate your small wins. When you see your story written down, your momentum becomes real. With time, you'll realize there is no competition. No one has your vision, your fire, your heart, your soul. Comparison will lose its grip the moment you understand. My path is my own. My pace is sacred. Lesson 4. Talk to yourself like someone you love. The soul is dyed the color of its thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. Imagine your dearest friend came to you broken-hearted, lost, unsure, filled with doubt. Would you call them weak? Would you point out their flaws, their mistakes, their imperfections? Would you shame their feelings or mock their fears? Of course not. You'd speak with kindness. You'd offer reassurance. You'd remind them of who they really are. Yet, many of us speak to ourselves in ways we would never dare speak to anyone we care about. That inner monologue, the constant conversation inside your head, is the foundation of how you experience yourself. Marcus Aurelius believed your thoughts shape your soul. And he was right. If your self-talk is filled with cruelty, harshness, or blame, you slowly chip away at your confidence and sense of self. But when your thoughts are supportive, empowering, and filled with patience, you become your own source of calm, strength, and courage. Loving yourself more than anyone else means becoming your greatest encourager, your most loyal ally. It means replacing internal insults with compassion, It means swapping self-judgment for daily doses of belief and understanding. Too many walk through life carrying a brutal voice in their heads, telling them they're not enough, not worthy, not smart, not attractive, not capable. This voice is not your truth. It's an echo of things you've absorbed through criticism, rejection, trauma, and society's unattainable standards. The good news? You have the power to rewire that voice. You get to decide who speaks inside your mind. Starting now, choose to speak to yourself like someone who matters deeply. When you mess up, don't immediately shame yourself. Say, I'm human, I'm learning. When fear rises, don't label yourself weak. Remind yourself, I've overcome before. I can rise again. When doubts creep in, don't shrink. Say, I may feel unsure, but I trust myself enough to try. To change your internal dialogue, first become aware of it. Notice the automatic negative phrases when they appear. Then question them. Replace I always fail with I'm still learning. Replace I hate how I look with I appreciate my body for what it does. Replace I'm so stupid with I made a mistake and I'm growing from it. But don't just remove negativity, replace it with intentional affirmations. Feed your mind messages like, I am worthy of love and respect. I'm growing stronger and wiser. I believe in myself and my future. I'm proud of my persistence. These aren't empty mantras. They are training reps for your mindset, just like the body needs reps to grow muscle. Practice speaking to yourself with the same patience and grace you would offer your best friend in their hardest moments. Celebrate effort, not just results. Notice growth, not just finish lines. Soothe yourself with compassion instead of punishment when things get hard. And when you make this a habit, when you treat yourself as someone worth believing in, you'll naturally start demanding that same treatment from the outside world. You won't beg for love. You won't chase validation. You won't tolerate disrespect. Because the way you talk to yourself sets the tone for everything you accept from others. Being your own best friend isn't arrogance. It's wisdom. It's emotional maturity. It's the deep realization that every relationship you build starts with how you relate to yourself. Declare it and live it. I speak to myself with power and love. Lesson 5. Learn to love your own company. He who fears being alone also fears being free. Seneca. Most people panic at the idea of truly being by themselves. They fill their days with noise, movement, entertainment, scrolling and socializing. Not out of joy, but to avoid the discomfort of being alone with their own thoughts. But loving yourself more than anyone else means learning to be with yourself without fear, emptiness, or anxiety. Seneca taught that solitude builds strength because it forces you to sit with your own mind, and through that, you grow. When you truly enjoy your own presence, you become unshakable. You stop chasing low-quality connections just to avoid silence. You stop relying on others to distract you from yourself. Instead, you uncover a deep and steady joy that exists quietly within you. That is real self-love. Peace found in your own breath. The fear of solitude usually comes from unfamiliarity with yourself. If you never spend time alone, you never get to explore your thoughts, your dreams, your wounds, your values. You stay a stranger to yourself, too busy managing everyone else to build a relationship with the most important person in your life. Start this practice by deliberately setting aside time to be with yourself, on purpose. Silence your phone, remove distractions, and just be. Take yourself for long, slow walks and let your mind breathe. Sit quietly in a cafe and observe the world. Read something that stretches your mind, Write freely in a journal. Ask yourself what you truly want, not what others expect of you. At first, this will feel awkward. Your mind will panic. This is weird. People will think I'm lonely. Ignore that. Solitude is not weakness. It's strength. It's a gateway to knowing and loving yourself. The more time you spend alone with care and attention, the more you will uncover your deepest truths, your quiet fears, your hidden strengths. You'll begin to listen to your inner voice the way you'd listen to someone you love. And loving your own company also means designing a space you enjoy existing in. Make your environment warm and beautiful. Surround yourself with things that bring you peace and inspiration. Cook delicious meals just for you. Celebrate milestones with yourself before sharing them. Laugh at your thoughts. Dance alone. Smile at yourself in the mirror without a hint of shame. When you do this, when you can feel joy without external input, you've reached real emotional independence. And no, this doesn't mean avoiding connection. It means showing up to relationships full, not empty. It means you don't cling, beg, or shrink to keep others around. You choose connection from abundance, not lack. Deepen this journey by creating rituals for your solo time. Take yourself out every Sunday. Write down things you admire about yourself each night. Travel somewhere on your own at least once. These acts teach your soul that it is safe, seen, and whole on its own. Eventually, being alone won't feel scary. It'll feel sacred. You'll become your own safe space, your own sanctuary, your own greatest friend. And once you feel complete within yourself, every other connection becomes a gift, not a lifeline. Say it out loud and own it. I truly enjoy my own beautiful presence. Lesson 6. Pursue what sets you on fire. First, decide who you wish to be. Then do what is required. Epictetus. There's a unique kind of fire that awakens inside you when you chase goals that truly move your spirit, not objectives chosen by society, not paths pushed by family, not milestones selected to impress others, but dreams born from your inner world, driven by passion, fueled by purpose. Real self-love is building a life anchored in meaning and curiosity, not fear or pressure. When you follow pursuits that spark your soul, you unlock levels of energy, focus, and confidence that others rarely touch. You wake up with purpose. You go to sleep with satisfaction. You move through the day with clarity, not confusion. Epictetus taught that our behaviors must align with who we intend to become. So if you truly want to love yourself deeply, prove it to yourself through action. Show up for your own vision. Put in the effort. Make your potential matter, especially to you. The tragedy is this. So many build lives that appear perfect from the outside, but feel hollow on the inside. They earn degrees they didn't want. They stay in jobs that deplete them. They follow routines that suffocate them, all because it makes sense or looks good. They exist in silent resentment, wondering why nothing feels right. But the Stoics would say that living for approval is enslavement. Freedom comes when you boldly pursue what lights you up, even if it's unpopular, scary, or uncertain. Ask yourself honestly, what do I truly want to create? What am I drawn to without outside influence? What kind of work would I do without a paycheck? What problems am I called to solve? What experiences thrill me? What kind of person do I want to become? Then stop waiting. Stop stalling. Stop needing permission. Start where you are. Use what you have. Learn as you go. Even if your steps are shaky, take them. Maybe you dream of launching your own brand. Maybe you want to write a book that shares your truth. Maybe you crave mastery in music, design, storytelling, or code. Maybe you want to rebuild your health or explore the world. Maybe you just want to feel strong again. Whatever your vision is, stop burying it under excuses. Give it time. Give it energy. Give it the effort it deserves. Don't wait for a perfect roadmap. Take one step today, then another tomorrow, and then again the next day. Because every time you take action toward what matters, your belief in yourself grows. You become your own source of momentum. You don't need praise. You don't need applause. You see your own growth, and that's enough. But remember, this doesn't mean burn yourself out. Don't sacrifice your well-being for your ambition. It means staying steady, focused, joyful, and patient with the process. You're not chasing goals to prove your worth. You're chasing them to become the person you're meant to be. The moment you decide that your dreams deserve your commitment, that's when you become unstoppable. Because now, you're no longer waiting to be told you're capable. You're showing it to yourself every single day. And that kind of fire, it doesn't just warm your world, it sets it ablaze. Affirm it now. I honor my future with relentless action. Lesson 7. Honor every step forward. Enjoy the little things. One day you may look back and realize they were the big things. Robert Brault. Self-love isn't just about progress and discipline, it's also about recognition, pausing to fully see just how far you've come. Many of us are wired to criticize ourselves. We obsess over flaws, we chase perfection, we celebrate others but overlook our own victories. The Stoics would challenge us with a question. If you never acknowledge your growth, how will you ever feel worthy of love or success? One of the most transformative acts of self-love is to intentionally, wholeheartedly celebrate your wins. All of them. The visible ones, the private ones, the messy, unfinished, imperfect ones. Did you wake up today and choose discipline over comfort? That's a win. Did you silence your inner critic even briefly? That's powerful. Did you make it through a tough week without quitting on yourself? That's heroic. Every time you celebrate those moments, you reinforce your identity as someone who's growing. You build internal momentum rooted in confidence, not pressure. Marcus Aurelius said, "Stop debating what a good person should be. Be one." And part of being that person means recognizing your efforts, not just your end results. Celebration isn't arrogance, it's self-respect. It's the honest acknowledgement that you're trying, that you're showing up, that you refuse to give up. When you celebrate your wins consistently, you nourish your soul with motivation. You break free from the addiction to external praise. You become your own source of encouragement. Start a ritual. Each night, write down 3 things you did well. Every morning, look in the mirror and say, "I'm proud of you." When you reach a big milestone, reward yourself, not to escape, but to honor your effort. Eventually, your brain will start cheering for you automatically. You'll spot progress where you used to see failure. You'll feel joy in your steps instead of dread. And you'll stop needing approval, because you're already giving yourself everything you craved from others. Celebration turns the journey into joy. It reminds you that success isn't just the final destination. It's every step along the way. Each small victory reinforces who you are. Disciplined, compassionate, resilient, brave. When you cheer for yourself, you teach the world how to treat you. They'll see your glow. They'll feel your strength. They'll respect your energy. So notice the things no one else sees. The way you show up even when you're tired. The way you keep giving even when you're hurting. The way you protect your dreams even when it's slow. The way you're still healing and still open to life. And remind yourself, you're doing better than you think. You've overcome what once felt impossible. You're blooming quietly. You're becoming more powerful, more wise, more real. And all of that deserves to be celebrated. When you become your loudest supporter, silence doesn't scare you. It empowers you. Because your voice is all you need to feel full. Say it boldly. I honor my growth every single day. Final words. You didn't stumble upon this by accident. You're here because some part of your spirit was running low. Tired of craving affection that never comes freely. Tired of bending over backward just to be seen. Tired of feeling like loving yourself was some distant fantasy meant only for others. But now you understand the real lesson. Self-love is not some occasional comfort. It's a vital force. It's not selfishness. It's sacred responsibility. It's not vanity. It's emotional maturity. To truly love yourself more than anyone else ever has is not about building ego. It's about reclaiming your soul. It's about making the conscious decision day after day to choose you in your thoughts, in your words, in your time, in your limits, in your dreams. You stop begging for leftovers of attention. You stop settling for halfway love. You stop performing to be accepted, because now you are the one showing up for yourself. Let this commitment take root in you. Some days you will rise with unstoppable confidence. Other days you will slip back into old habits. And that's okay. The point is not perfection. The point is presence. It's the return. The grace you offer yourself when you fall. The truth you speak when you wobble. The respect you give when you pause. Keep coming home. Back to your breath. Back to your peace. Back to your power. Back to your body. Back to your voice. Back to your worth. Every time you put your own needs above expectations, every time you enforce a healthy boundary, every time you speak to yourself with warmth, you heal a little more. You grow a little taller. You become a little brighter. And you stop needing the world to declare your value. Because it's already alive inside of you. This isn't just a mindset shift. This is your rebirth. This is you stepping into the life you were meant to build. This is you finally realizing that all along, you were the love you've been searching for. You were the anchor. You were the foundation. You were the source. So today, speak this with certainty. I no longer shrink to be accepted. I no longer chase those who don't see me. I no longer betray myself for approval. I show up as me, fully, freely, fiercely. And above all, let this be your final truth from this journey. I love myself louder than ever before.